It's only hip hop station, Hot 107.9 and home for the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. Of course, you know it's your boy B High. Radio shouting, stepping off in this thing, man. I got one of the coldest producer the A-Town has ever seen. I mean, I'm talking about stuff for Gucci Mane, Nicki Minaj, Usher. I mean, all that good stuff. Zaytoven, man, what's good with it, boss?
What up, what it do, bro? Checking in, man. Glad to be here.
Man, I appreciate you coming through this
sir.
thing,
Yes,
man.
Sir.
Now, first, I'm going to get into the production, but I got to talk about this new movie, man. Birds of a Feather. I mean, can you break this thing down for me? I mean, I'm talking about Rocco, Gucci. I mean, what's happening?
Oh, man, just really taking, man, all my relationships that I done built over the years doing the music, you know what I mean, taking them, putting them in a movie, man. Really almost close to like my life story, you know, me making it in the music. And I use, you know, what better way to do it than use all the guys you came up with in the music, man. So, you know, to make it real. That's why I called it Birds of a Feather.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Now, when you first approached all of these artists with the plans for the movie, I mean, how did they react to it? And, I mean, how did that go about it?
Man, they loved it. They was like, we can't help but say, you know, whatever you want to do, we rocking with you. Everybody that I came to and asked to be a part of the movie and get down with it, man, you know, it was all, you know, always all love. They were like, cuz we can't wait to do it. So, you know what I mean? Okay.
Now, I mean, I read somewhere on our hip hop where it said it's part drama, part comedy. I mean, break it down to me, man.
I think it's funny. I think it's I think the comedy part is funny because all of us that's in the movie or acting in the movie, we not actors, you know, we just do music. So it's almost funny to see these guys acting, you know, like they really acting in the movie. So I think that's where the comedy come in at.
Okay, okay. And what about the drama part of the story?
Now the drama is, man, it's really, the story is really based on music. And you know, if anybody that been in music or know anything about it, you know, you got rights and publishing, different ways of making your money in the music, and us coming up in the music as like street artists or street producers, a lot of times we get tied in with people before we get our big break. We get tied in with guys that's in the street or you know, things like that. So that's where the drama come in at, you know what I mean? Getting tied up before you get your real big break, you get tied up with, you know, Joe Blow on the street, you know what I mean? So, and then a lot of, you know, it's a lot of confusion when it comes to what's being owed or what you owe me or, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's where the drama come in at. Okay,
release dates for this thing. I mean, when should we expect to see it?
Man, you know what? I know before the end of the year, I don't have the exact release date. You know, right now I'm talking with distributors and everything, so I don't have a release date, but I know before Christmas, y'all be seeing the movie Birds of a Feather.
Now, I mean, I understand that it's directed and scored by you. I mean, I know that score got to be something serious, though.
Well, you know what? That's me being a producer and in the music. You know, right now, I don't have nobody that, you know, reaching out for me to score a movie or anything like that. So I said, you know what, I'll make my own movie.
That's right.
And score my own movie. Just to, you know what I mean, get my feet wet even in doing that. So, you know, that's I was excited about it. You know, scoring a movie is my first time doing it. And, you know, I think people going to really enjoy it.
Versus producing and scoring a movie. I mean, what kind of mindset did you have going into scoring a movie?
Man, just like anything else, you know, I'm, you know, I love music. This is what I do. I've been doing it since I was a little bitty boy, man. So, you know, I don't never look at it as a, you know, an overbearing challenge or anything like that. I just go in it with, you know, fun. I enjoy doing what I do. So, you know, it was excitement. I went into it as I'm finna enjoy doing it. It's something different for me. I'm finna enjoy putting this music together for this like that. So, you know, it was just enjoyment, man. You know, going into it really.
Okay. Yeah. Now we got to take it to the production side. Say, I mean, that organ, man. You a fool on that organ, man. I mean, tell me why you bring the funk with that organ on them tracks like that.
Well, you know, I'm a church organist.
Oh, so, that's cool.
Yeah, so I've been playing music in the church all my life, and I still do to this day. You know, I'm a musician first.
That's right.
Before a producer, so. That's where, you know what I mean, I started throwing my organs in. I'm like, this would be a signature for me.
That's right.
So, you know, and that's what it is. You know, that done made my stamp.
Now, with you being an instrumentalist, how do you fare with that versus Fruity Loops? Do you also use Fruity Loops, or do you just hands-on everything?
Well, right, I'm old school almost. I'm hands-on everything, man. I haven't really gotten into the computer program that much. I can't take nothing away from it because it's doing wonders. I just now started to you know, mess with it a little bit because the MPC, I'm an MPC guy, so MPC just brought out a new drum machine that you know lets you work, you know what I mean, with the computer program. So I'm just now, I mean, as of maybe a week ago, just starting to mess with it.
I can
you know
definitely dig that.
Yeah.
Now, out of all them bangers that you done made, which one is the one that you say that's my baby right there?
Well, most definitely Icy was my baby because it was, you know, it was my first song getting on. It was just something brand new. Me coming to Atlanta from California, it was just something that signified just a different sound for me. So, you know, that's most definitely one of my babies. Of course, the Usher that's another one of my babies, just for the fact that, you know, how fast it went #1 on the charts. You know what I mean? My first time having, you know, a multiple platinum record, man. So, you know, I would say both of those are you know, my big babies, but I got a whole lot of other little babies, you know.
I mean, can you describe the feeling when Usher said, "I need that track right there," and you already was expecting for it to do big things, and then it turned around and blew up like it did? I mean, what was the feeling?
Man, I can't even lie. They were telling me, folks told me for 8 months, like, Zay, man, the song you got for Usher, or, you know, Sean Gary was telling me, like, Zay, boy, that song that we did for Usher, that's gonna be a smash, and this and that. Me, in this music, you know, I'm so used to working hands-on with people, and the way I'm doing, the way I did it, you know, working with guys from ground zero, like Gucci and OJ, bringing them from ground zero at my mama basement. I don't look at, you know, the stars. I didn't look at, you know, Usher and R. Kelly. I didn't never think about working with none of these type of guys. So when it came to my doorstep, I'm still hesitant about believing it's really going on or whatever. You know, of course, I done gave them the music. They say, you know, it's going on the record and all that. But until I hear it on the radio or see it on the album, because that don't mean nothing to me. So when I heard on the radio, I mean, the first time I heard it on the radio, they played it about, you know, 10 times back to back. And Sean Garrett called me like, "Hey, we got one."
That's right.
And I was like, man, I just did Usher's first single. You know what I mean? So it's a blessing, man, to be, you know what I mean, doing this music and then to get a break like that. You know what I mean? So, you know.
I can definitely dig that. Now, I mean, what else do you got coming up in the works production-wise?
Man, I'm still working, man. I'm far as with the movie, I did a whole soundtrack to go with it. You know, I wanted to have you know, and I got all your favorite artists, favorite rappers and stuff on that. But far as production-wise, man, I'm still, you know, I'm just working, man. I'm working with, you know, all the R&B artists. I'm like, you know, I'm sending out tracks to, like, you know, Trey Songz and of course I'm still working with all the rappers, like, you know, Gucci and Jeezy and Future, and man, I don't even like start naming the artists because I keep, you know, I be forgetting. You know, the music game is different now. It's you know, it's almost an email game. So so you don't know who you're working with until they call back and say, like, I need this track.
It's a street style. I saw somebody on Twitter say the other day, Zay, I was trapping to this music the other day, man. I mean, how do you come up with that sound? Because when I ride to it, I mean, I'm feeling good, and it kind of just really touches that spot when you thinking, I need some down south, real gangster music to ride to that's gonna move me. How do you come up with that kind of stuff, and how do you produce that?
Well, man, it's just, I guess it's my style, man. I guess coming up with the guys I came up with, that's what kind of signified my sound is like street or trap the way it is. You know, you getting guys like, you know, such as Gucci Mane, OJ, those type of guys, man, you know, that's what they do. That's all they talk about. So all I did was create the soundtrack for what they had to say, and you know, now that's the sound. That's that, you know, that's that trap sound. That's the sound they're supposed to be looking for. That's that trap music. That's that, you know what I mean? So that's all it is. It's nothing, I don't think it's nothing special I'm doing, or, you know, it's just the way I produce, man. That music is, people got accustomed to hearing that and relating that to, like, okay, that's some real trap music. That's that hustle music. That's right. So, you know, that's what it is.
And what advice do you got for the next producer that's coming up that's trying to do what Zaytoven did?
Oh, man, I think it's all about, as a producer, I feel it's all about finding an artist that you got, you know, a marriage with, or chemistry with, you know what I mean, to help bring your sound or your style out. Because that's how people, you know, that's how people get to really know you or stamp you as in, okay, this guy is a producer that can work with an artist that's unknown, and then he, you know what I mean, they come up together, he bring them to the light. So it's really just, you know, finding that artist that you got that chemistry with. And me, I'm the type of guy that like working from ground up. You know what I mean? I love to work with all the stars and everything. But you know, to create something, to hear something that's on the street that ain't nobody ever heard before, and it do something special to you, and you be like, well, man, I want the world to hear this sound. And then it actually happens. You know, that sound that you guys built actually blow up. I mean, I think that means a whole lot. So that would be my advice to any up and coming producer.
Already, man. Well,
Yes,
I appreciate you stopping
man,
through this
appreciate
thing,
you,
my dog.
Get me through here.
Already, man. Be High Radio, shout it Zaytoven on deck. Wish you nothing but the best and much success, man. That Hot 107.9. Any last words you got to get out
Man, I got to shout out to my boy Al Nuke, man, the one that actually written and directed the film that we talking about, Birds of Feather, man. So, you know, he came in out of nowhere. He's from Detroit. I seen the movie that he done called 17,000 Block, man. We linked up.
Yeah.
We did this movie, so I got to shout out to Al, man, for that.
Okay,
Yes,
already. I can dig it, man. It's Hot 107.9. Let's go.